thinking about it, what tell me when you're working with somebody and and it finally clicks with them, whether they write it down, whatever it is for them that gets them to the point of, man, I'm going to retire one day, or I'm going to get to a point where I'm not working. Like, what is once it clicks with them, what's the most transformative thing you've seen happen with somebody? Like, what's like one of the biggest things that has happened once it's clicked for somebody?
Well, I have a couple. I have a really couple good ones. Like the one that stands out in my mind is, well, I was working with somebody and they didn't think that they would ever be able to retire, right? And so I started working with them, and things happened along the way that kind of were like setbacks for them, right? And then they've been a long term client one. And then they got to a point. Matter of fact, she worked for the government, like you said, worked for Social Security Administration for 20 something years, and you know, and so she's at a point now where she literally retired, right?
Hmm.
And she, wow, I have money that that I never thought I would have, and I was like, and you know why you have it? And I was like, not because I'm some super genius, is that we sat down, set up a plan, we implemented that plan. And yeah, you had to take out money out of your 401k to put your dollar through college and,
Hmm.
and car. But that's part of the things that happen in life. But now you have money to retire. So like that's like the biggest thing. So it goes from and I got her from my best friend who's a CPA, it goes from I don't know how I'm gonna pay my taxes this year to now I'm retiring this year. So like that's a huge transformation.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Mentally, if you don't think that you're ever going to be able to retire, and then you look up and you're retiring, that's a
Yeah.
gift.